One.
The IHSA is finally resuming sports this winter. However, there are many changes being made to ensure the athlete's safety. Let's take a look at those changes.
In order to play the 2021 winter sports season, the IHSA has made a few changes to keep the environment safe for players, coaches, and officials. One of the changes is that everybody has to wear a mask for an indoor sport. Even the athletes who are on the court have to wear a mask. And that means the coaches, officials, and anybody else in the gym have to wear a face mask. Also, any spectators that are in the gym at the time have to leave between games so that the gym can be sanitized before they can re-enter. Also, for outdoor sports, only the officials and coaches, is my assumption, have to wear a mask. Players who are on the field do not have to wear a face mask. Also, your schedule is almost entirely comprised of conference-only games. Also, seasons have been shortened. Basketball is usually over a few months. It's over 6 weeks this season, which is about a month and a half. And for football, that's a 6-week season as well. That starts on March 19th and I believe ends on April 24th, if I'm not mistaken. Baseball and softball and any of the summer sports have almost a full season. I don't know how long exactly, but I believe it's somewhere in April to June. It's something like that. Anyways, the IHSA made those changes. Let's see what our athletes have to think about it. What are your thoughts or feelings about the IHSA resuming of the sports season?
Well, I was really excited. I really enjoy competing and playing sports. So when I found out we were having a season, I was pretty happy.
Are you prepared for the resumption of the season?
I think no one's prepared personally, but you got to go out there and you got to try as hard as you can. And I think as long as you play hard, preparation doesn't matter as much as most people think.
What are your thoughts or feelings about the IHSA resuming the sports season?
I'm glad to be back playing and be able to play with the seniors for one last year.
Is that two?
Are you prepared for the resumption of the season?
Yes, I think we've prepared well in the last 2 weeks to be able to be ready for our first.
Those are all the changes the IHSA made, and now we know how the athletes feel about it. Let's kick it over to the next segment.
Thank you, Zach. Now let's see what Trust Team has to say about this challenging year. What made you choose to join chess?
I joined the middle school chess program 8th grade year because I heard from my friends that it was pretty fun, and I've done it ever since.
How is chess different this year, including practices and meet due to COVID?
Practices this year have been a combination of remote and in person, and meets have all been from the school or from home.
How have you personally prepared for this season?
This season, we were given the opportunity by previous chess players and coaches to mentor us players now and make us better and improve where we need to improve.
How has the chess team done this season?
The chess team has done pretty well considering we've been not going past this. We haven't been traveling for meets. We've been either all at home or supervised at the school for the tournaments. And
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Why did you choose to be in chess?
It all starts because of my uncle. I would talk to him about it, and eventually I told him we should play, and he destroyed me. And so I figured that's it. I'm done being destroyed. So last year in 8th grade was my first year, and I quickly rose up to be the top there with Ben Ripley. And today I'm a freshman in the varsity team on the third board out of 1 through 8. And now I feel like if I ever have a rematch with my uncle, I will beat him. So that is why I decided to be in chess.
Okay. How have you personally prepared for this season because of COVID and everything?
So our chess team uses online chess, and there you can play games versus anybody. I do that, and you can get like puzzles. It's like a position that you have to find the best move or do this. And I also have a few books at home, and I have a chessboard at home I like to set up. And I've just been trying to learn new stuff to prepare for state this year.
How is chess different from this year, including like your practices and not like all your guys' needs?
So this year, we've all had to wear masks. Very rarely can we set up a board and play each other over the board, but you can set up a board and play it. You just can't play with anybody. You can't play with the person actually there. We do go to chess meets. It's just the fact that we can't like travel to the school or whatever. So we play them online, leechess.org, ilchess.org. And, we challenge the games. Each game is 45 minutes for each player. And when the result is in, we type it into the Zoom chat, and then we go on with whatever we need to do, if that's getting something to eat or taking a small nap or something else.
Okay, how has the team done this season?
The team has been a bit up and down lately. I feel like they play very well. It's just that sometimes we lose to people we should win, and then sometimes we win against people we should lose. So it's a bit of a skyrocket, but otherwise than that, the team has done pretty solidly this year. We won our conference championships again. That makes 4 years in a row, so I was excited about that.
Okay. Thank you.
Sterling chess team joined the state tournament as a 27th seed. They faced schools that were 5A and 6A. At the end of the first day, they were 3-1. Sterling best ranking was 37th out of 124th. The closest 2A team was 66th. Our team finished the best for 2A teams. Good job, chess team.
Our chess team continues to find success. Now let's see how speech team is handling the year.
Let's check up on our people doing speech to see if there's anything new going on.
So Jenica, what is your events?
So I am in DI and DDA. DI stands for dramatic interpretation, and that is kind of like a monologue that I memorize and do each weekend, and it's sad usually. And then I do DDA, and that stands for dramatic duet acting, and I do that with another person, and then that is also sad as well.
So how is it going for you so far?
Good. This season, I've done DDA freshman, sophomore, now junior year. So I've done that all 3 years, and we're doing really well this year. And then DI, this is my first year doing DI, and I'm doing better than expected. I got first at regionals this past weekend for DI and second this past weekend for DDA.
So what are some pros, would you say, of being in speech?
I am in every theater thing that Sterling offers, and I find that speech is probably the thing that helps me the most acting wise. So, there are things like group interpretation or contest play, and I find that I do better and I get better roles in group interpretation and contest play in the musicals and plays when I do speech, because each weekend you get notes on how to improve, and eventually by the end you become a much better actor or actress.
Yeah, and on the opposite side, what would you say some cons would be?
Speech is subjective. So each weekend you have different judges, and they all have their own opinions on how your piece is. So, one person might love it and one person might hate it, and the person that hates it might decide the way you place that entire weekend. So it's just luck of the draw, honestly, on which judge you get. And I think that is what makes speech very, very difficult, because you never know if people are going to like it. You can't control what other people dislike or like.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'm pretty much gonna ask the same questions. What events are you in, Sophie?
This year I am doing humorous duet acting, and I do that with my friend Eleanor Howell.
So how's that going for you so far?
So Eleanor and I have done humorous duet acting our freshman, sophomore year, and then this is now our junior year, so our third year of doing it. This year we've been doing pretty well. We placed first in our regionals this last weekend, and then the week before that we also placed first in our meet. And this year it's very hard to do duets over Zoom, so I'm very glad that our hard work has been paying off with that.
Is there any new things that are going on this year?
Well, like I said, we do a lot of stuff over Zoom. So especially with a funny piece and humorous duet acting, it's very weird to not have an audience watching, because that's one of the best parts of doing a funny piece, is having the room like feed off your energy and laugh with you. So that's been pretty challenging for us to get used to not having any reactions, but we've been able to do it either way.
So what would some pros of being in speech would you say?
I'd say pros overall is that I've really learned like better speaking skills. I've always enjoyed like acting and such, but it's just going in front of a room with a bunch of people and performing in a normal year with people that you don't know can be so nerve-wracking for people. So I think I've really learned to just let loose in my piece and just not really care what other competitors or other people watching think of my piece, because if you are proud of it at the end of the day, then that's all that matters.
What would you say some cons would be then?
I would say, going a little bit off of what Jenica said about speech being subjective, I think that really affects comedic pieces as well. Because when you are doing a piece that, like, some judges could think it is absolutely hilarious, it could be because everyone has a different sense of humor. So one judge could absolutely love your piece, and one judge could just be like, you were good at the acting part, but I didn't really think it was funny, so I'm not going to score you super well. So I think that's something that in a humorous event, you really have to work at to make sure there is something for everyone, and that something that everyone can enjoy, even if they don't think your piece is like the funniest thing on the planet.
Thanks for your time.
Yep.
For our state qualifiers, we had Jenica Francis in 6th place for dramatic interpretation and Tori Arduini getting 13th place for original comedy.
I'm Josue Ariola for the Sterling Stream. Let's go check up on 2 truths and a lie.
So today we're going to find a few people and we're going to have them tell us 2 truths and a lie. And it's our job to see if they're a good liar or not. Now come with me.
Give me 2 truths and a lie.
Alright, so I live in Dixon. I've tipped a canoe over, and I have 2 other siblings.
You don't have 2 other siblings.
No, I haven't tipped a canoe.
What are 2 truths and a lie?
My son Wesley was born in December. I spend 4 hours a day on TikTok, and my favorite candy of all time is gummy bears.
4 hours.
Dang it! I don't know. You're right.
Looks like some of those people are very good liars and some not so much. But either way, we all had fun, laughs, and games. Thank you for watching.